So, Fat Man,
So sleazy.
we are going. I'll wait. No, don't worry.
Whoa!
Stop acting like you're blowing my mom.
That was the last word Spaz ever said, okay?
I had this entire bit about playing No Mercy as a kid, and well, I never
Loser
did.
that.
So, well, I never had an N64. So,
That's blasphemy.
well, I didn't. I was a PlayStation kid.
I was going to say for an Asian mark, but then you said Sony, so.
Right.
I loved So Mercy so much as a kid. I just had 2 physical copies. I gave to one of my buddies to be like, take one and give me the other one back.
Awesome. Well, let's talk about a different No Mercy. On the wrestling show. Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
This is the Fat Man.
Welcome, everyone, to another wonderful episode. Today, we have the master blunt roller himself, Ryan Williams, is on the show tonight. Today, we talk about... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, and we also have...
That's it. That's all you're getting, dude. I will say this. I wanted to show off something really quickly before we continued on. Even Fat Man Ryan did not know I was going to do this today because I'm, that kind of asshole.
OnlyFans.com/wrestling show.
Yeah, boy.
Whose dick's out?
Well, our fans' dicks are out because merch drop, ladies and gentlemen, we have our Multitude of Fan collection is out. It comes in a bunch of different pieces. We've got
Is that a onesie?
This is actually a pet tee that I'm still working on, but
okay.
But we have pullovers, sweatshirts, stickers, all sorts of cool stuff. Brand new for today, coming out at you at thewrestlingshow.com. I will put the link into the chat for everyone. But yeah, it's awesome. Brand new merch. Had to get some cool stuff out there. After I had to, for some strange reason, pull merch off of the Spring Tea store. I don't know why I would need
Spring
to do
Tea,
that.
I hope you step on a Lego.
Yeah, well, they changed their name anyway. They're now like Creator Spring or whatever. Whatever. I don't know what to really say other than the fact that new merch. So I pass it over to the maestro himself, Fat Man, for WWE's, NXT's No Mercy.
All right, I'm going to pull a sleazy and go like this. All right, the show was September 30th. I got the date right. In Bakersfield, California. I got that right. Okay.
Are you sure?
Anyone watch the pre-show?
No. Everyone watch the show.
I actually did.
Yeah, well.
How did Blair look?
She looked like Blair Davenport.
Did she look strong?
She won. 6 minutes, 38 seconds. It was an okay match for a house show.
Perfect for the pre-show.
I mean, yeah.
All right. Main show opens up with Braun Breaker versus Baron Corbin. 9 minutes and 33 seconds. And gave this 3 1/4. Okay, Ryan, go ahead.
First off, now I didn't watch this live. I watched this after. So the the comment that popped up in the chat, I didn't understand it until I watched it after.
That was me, by the way.
Oh fuck, it was so good.
Half man, half tar.
Oh my god, that was like an NXT match where it was like it's stupid to make this comparison, but on the level of main roster, Rock Cena.
Wow.
But like how is Baron Corbin, who was an NXT nameless, went on to have an amazing fucking career per se, back on the NXT level, fighting Brian Bray. Ron Kidd died. Let me be clear on that too. Breaker should have won. Breaker absolutely should have won. Like, what?
You're not wrong for one. I think it was surprising that it was basically Braun beating the shit out of Baron Corbin and then loses to End of Days.
The
you know what I mean?
Veteran. So like, that. See what I mean? Like the NXT legends.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on Robert Stone getting involved?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly my
I gave it
the Mike Sanders.
the Mike Sanders. You have extra security down there, but one dude, Robert Stone, could just randomly get down there to cause a distraction.
Hey, that motherfucker is a former not NXT, TNA superstar.
Cool.
How long is Von Wagner out?
I have no clue.
I don't know.
But and then he could just randomly come down and interfere, which doesn't cause disqualification, even though he, interfered. And then
did he lay hands?
No.
Breaker, no selling going through a table, because of course
it's fucking Rick Steiner's kid. What do you expect?
So here's Ryan's favorite 4-letter word. It was dumb.
Great. No? That doesn't.
Dumb is 4 letters.
Good.
No, it was dumb.
Well,
the ending was dumb. So, okay, sleazy.
I honestly gave it 2.5. So, it was an okay match for a house show. It was surprisingly one-sided, and then once again, I already made reference to this. It was like, oh, and by the way, Corbin just trucks him for 30 seconds and wins. It was kind of a weird ending to what was turning out to be an interesting match. Wrong Kid absolutely died here. 100% Braun should have won this. And this is the second or third time I want to say that Corbin, like the whole, I was going to say Jason Jordan. Holy crap. Gable Steveson angle where they basically just brawled out to nothing. That should have been, Gable beating him, and it wasn't. This should have been Breaker beating Corbin. I don't understand why they didn't pull the trigger here. I really don't.
Why? Because whoever comes out of the main event with the title is going into a feud with Corbin as the next feud.
So he loses, so he gets a title shot. Got it.
Corbin beating Breaker. No, Corbin beating Breaker makes Corbin look strong for the next.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just it just ends up being like once again we're treading water with Corbin. It feels like.
NXT North American Championship with Dragon Lee as a special guest referee. Dirty Dominic Mysterio defends against Trick Williams. 9 minutes, 28 seconds. Kent gave this 3 stars. It was an okay match for a house show. It was sloppy at times, man. The ending just felt off. It felt weird. Like Dragon Lee getting knocked out from a super kick from Dominic Mysterio. Cool. And then another referee coming down, which Trick Williams either forgot about or didn't know was happening because he clearly did not know. He forgot. because it was just bad. It just looked bad. And then the whole sequence was all sorts of fucked up. The timing was off. Everything was just eh. And surprise winner. I did not think Trick Williams was winning this, especially.
You didn't think that coming out of TV on Tuesday?
No, I didn't.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can I help you?
I don't watch the product.
See, Trick Williams won a one-on-one match and then was added into a triple threat match, making it a fatal four-way in the main event to win the title shot against Dominic. I love it.
Dominic de Mysterio.
Yeah, against Little Ray, because they fired fucking
Mustafa Ali.
Yeah.
So which?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So that tells me that they were going to pull the trigger either way. I think.
So you think they're going to slap the title on Ali?
Yeah.
And then release it? God damn, pal.
That would have been better, actually.
Yeah, it's like
during the match, you had to and still win the belt.
No, out. Give me the belt. You're fucking gone. I liked the match to an extent, but it's obvious there was a style mismatch here. Like there were multiple times where it was like people weren't in the right position. There were a couple of minor things that were like, eh. I think that I don't have a problem with the super kick. I don't. I really don't.
Good.
I don't understand what Fat Man's talking about there. You have to do something, and that's the perfect move for Dominic to do. That would be an errant move.
Oh, the second second ref spot was even worse.
Yeah,
even worse.
That one I kind of have an issue with. But I want to say that I'm glad that they're going to kind of continue the feud with Dragon Lee here, because I think it's a better. I think it plays more into Dominic's strengths.
That's what I thought
in the ring.
That's what I thought he was going to drop the title to.
That's fair, but I don't think they're going to be. I think
but
they're
then
both.
They had that fucking classic on Raw.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Sleazy doesn't know.
I don't know.
Oh, dude.
I don't watch the product.
Go watch it.
We talked about this. We just talked about this at the beginning of the match. My interesting, the interesting thought about this, and maybe it's because it's NXT smart crowd, but are we really getting cheers for Dominic Mysterio here?
He's been getting cheered for months.
Yeah, in NXT, but not on the main roster.
Different breed. I've been saying this on the podcast for fucking years. It don't matter what color it is. When you're in NXT, in front of that fucking crowd,
it's WWE Indie.
Like,
it's WWE Indie.
Yeah.
It was time for Dom to come out of there.
All right, Sleazy, what'd you give it?
I gave it 2 3/4. The Mike Sanders.
Ooh, so
2 7/5 is the Mike Sanders. It's above average.
2 3/4 is above average.
Okay, hang on. 2.683.
You're such a piece of shit.
Yo, dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
Before we continue on, there was a minor promo with Joe Gacy that I wanted to kind of touch on.
If there was nobody else but Joe Gacy in it, he would not want to talk about it.
Exactly. So fuck off.
What's the problem with Joe Gacy? I feel like
nothing. He's a fucking mark, is what I'm saying.
So
I love Joe
like
Gacy.
You're not.
So do I. I'm just saying, like,
fuck you.
Fucking Dominic Mysterio is cutting the same promo. He would like, fuck it. We don't need to talk about that.
No, fuck him. It's Joe Gacy. We need to talk about Joe Gacy. Where do you think they're going to go with him now? Because they basically pushed.
Schism's gone.
Yeah, it's done because they released half of his fucking group, and they're trying to cut what is Ava or whatever her name is.
Ava Rain, the Rock's daughter.
The Rock's daughter, like Simone Johnson. I know her real name better than her fucking.
Just call her Rocket.
Rocket. Oh yeah, that's not bad. Where do you think they're going to go with him? Because they kind of cut his fucking dick off almost here. they had this
Vulgar.
really cool. Well, they had this really cool thing going with him, and they kind of just cut his legs.
He's a good enough to performer to make anything work.
Of course he is, but what do they do with him?
Keep him as the same character, but alone. Until they find something else, I guess. I'm not sure. Or he recruits new people.
He's a cult leader without a cult. Yeah. He's like the opposite of Dark Order.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not wrong, though. They're a cult with no leader.
Hashtag bring Dark Order to NXT. It'd be like the Bullet Club that just keeps going into different promotions. Dark Order is going to go into different
you know who I'd want that to be, though? Best friends. Sue's just dropping everybody off in different arenas.
Yeah. Just this limo comes up to the entrance, and then it keeps going, and then Sue's van follows it.
Every time.
It'd be the greatest. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry for fucking your bit here.
Yo, Doggers, like tag team matches.
I do.
Fatal 4-way match for the NXT Tag Team Championships. The family defends against OTM versus the Creed Brothers and Humberto Carrillo and Angel Gaza. 12 minutes and 7 seconds. Kent gave this 3 1/4. Ryan, you're the tag team wrestling enthusiast.
I am, and I'm really pumped about this because you know what this match reminded me of? Remember the tag match for Mania that had no right being as fucking good as what it was for the little bit amount of time that they had? That was this. Every team looked fucking good in this match. The Roy Kids won because I fucking love the family. Like,
Ryan, did you read my notes? It was a great chaotic match that had no business being as good as it did. I didn't put the WrestleMania thing in there, but I did say every team had time to shine, and the right kids died.
When tag team wrestling is good, it's fucking great.
3 3/4.
I'm a tag team guy for matches like this.
Sleazy.
I'm at 4. I for exactly everyone's reasons. My only, I don't want to say it was a bad thing, but I was surprised the family won. I thought they were taking the titles off them. Only because I thought that if anybody, I felt like the Creed brothers would have been a nice next. So I thought they were going to do it by, having the Creed brothers pin like Angel or something. So they're not involved in the finish, but they lost the belts.
Yeah, but like the family's only held them for 2 months.
That's also true, yeah. But it hasn't been the first time they hot potato the title there. So
yeah, New Day.
But yeah.
Okay. NXT Heritage Cup. Noam Dar, champion, defends against Butch. 15 minutes and 54 seconds. Ken gave this 3 1/2.
Anybody here watch NXT UK regularly? I'll ask every time we have one of these matches.
On and off, yes.
I
was gonna start with Sleazy because I know how much he absolutely loves these matches.
Yep, and this one's no different. It wasn't bad, but I hate it.
Do you hate the finish?
Well, fuck. But the reality was if that's how they're going to do it, so be it. But I just don't like how the match is. The bits and pieces inside of it looked cool, but I can't give it more than 3 stars. And I think I'm being generous.
I think the finish, it gets me almost a Mustache Mountain British Strong Style reunion coming up feud-wise because they got Tyler Bate teaming with them. But, like, outside the finish, this is a deadly little British rules match. Noam Dar makes this fucking title, like, he's so well with it and with this style and how it works and breaking down and picking off a body part.
Mm-hmm.
But I watched a lot of NXT UK. I used to love this shit.
Yeah. And it goes back down to styles. And for a British rules, a British, strong style type of matchup, cool. I mean...
And I was going to watch a match that happens tonight and cream all over it.
Probably.
I thought it was really good. I gave it 3 1/2. but it does showcase some of the problems there are with this kind of match. As in, one of the rounds, Pete Dunne makes Noam Dar pass out, and then Noam Dar gets right back up. Like, it's just like, and that happened, not that specifically, but something kind of like that happened where they just no-sell what just happened to him because the bell rang for the end of the round. Mm-hmm. It was like they started a new match over again, and that's one of my only gripes with the match. And Noam Dar looking like a heel took 7 people apparently to beat Butch. It makes him look good in defeat. So, but I thought it was a really good match. But again, there is some issues with it that they should probably tweak.
Oh, by the way, fuck your finish.
Yeah. NXT Championship, Carmelo Hayes.
Because fuck you.
I'm sorry. Because fuck you.
NXT Championship.
Carmelo Hayes defends against Ilya Dragunov, 21 minutes and 4 seconds. John Canton gave this 5 stars. Sleazy.
He's absolutely correct. Fucking unbelievable match.
What a mess.
Holy. Okay, I didn't expect Ilya to win. And I don't know why. Because the writing was on the wall for this. It really was. Ilya is the man. This is the man that beat Walter / Gunther. You know, after a 2-year fucking reign. Of course this man needed this. It was absolutely perfectly well done. Ilya being Ilya, just, you know. I really do believe that had he not won here, what do you do with him? I mean, he's literally, there is no other place for him in NXT. He's got to go to the main roster here.
You thought Ilya was winning, you lying piece of shit. He was your pick on scorecard.
Yes, I did, because shocker.
He doesn't
because I believe it.
Doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Yeah. I didn't believe it was going to happen, but smart money's on that. You know what I mean? So, come on. I can't find a fault with it. You know, what's it missing?
That elbow.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
You guys are going to hate me then.
Oh, God, here we go.
Yes, 5 stars. Come on, guys. This is just, come on. Like, I watched it twice just to make sure. The first time I wrote 5. The second time was all like, okay, that's just confirmation.
I 100% will state, though, from this weekend of wrestling that you hear about the show on Saturday and after this weekend's on. Like, this match got some stiff competition than what's happening currently, like, on the pay-per-view right now and throughout the rest of this evening, so.
Says you. But, yeah.
Again,
I'm being more open-minded. More open-minded.
Sucks for Becky and Tiff to have to follow this.
Yeah, fuck you. Follow that, bitches. You know.
Extreme Rules match for the NXT Women's Championship. Becky Lynch defends against Tiffany Stratton. 20 minutes and 19 seconds. Canton gave this 4.5 stars. Sleazy, the women's wrestling enthusiast.
Once again, I agree with Canton.
What was it missing?
My problem with the match is
because they clearly followed it. Like,
well, it's the same problem that I have with Extreme Rules matches. Is in the fact that, okay, your finisher's not enough. You know what I mean? And, you know, in a normal match, your finisher's good. You know, but in an Extreme Rules match, no, fuck that. After getting hit with more things up to that moment,
good,
the finisher's not enough.
Suspended disbelief.
And then the finisher's not enough on chairs. And the finisher's not enough through a table. Then the finisher's not enough on chairs through a table. Like... And then it finally, you do it normally.
Escalation.
You didn't hear the last part I fucking said. I said, and then they do the finisher normally, and they win.
Right.
So
here's my thing about the other thing about the match is that I guess it happened when she got pulled off the trash can. I think it was. Becky got got busted open about bad too. One of the worst I've seen in a long time in WWE. Like, this was nasty. I thought it was. See, once again, I think they did the women a disservice here by having them in the main event, especially following Dragunov and Hayes. I think that they would have been better off putting the NXT Championship last and opening with this.
Who's the biggest name on the show?
100% yes. But in terms of match quality, I don't think it was the right.
Who's going to produce the biggest name on the match? Or the big, you know what I mean?
You could say that all you want. I'm just saying.
And they did
this
have
is
a
hindsight.
fantastic fucking match.
Yeah,
And 4.5 stars. Like,
and that's why I say it should open, because you're bookending the show with amazing matches. But I guess my point is that, you know, at the end of the day, it was still a great match. But I think it did it a little bit of a disservice to have them back to back like that. And I think even if they swapped them, like had it like Tiffany and Becky in the second to last,
semi-main.
I think that would have done a disservice to both of them as well.
All right, you guys are gonna really hate me, and this time I mean it. 3.5.
Oh God!
wow.
For literally almost the same reason Sleazy said. I mean, I'm just like, I thought it was really good, but it was just the same old Extreme Rules matches, and it was a little sloppy at times, and I was just like, good, really good match, but They did an admirable job. The match was shit, 3.5 stars. They did they did an admirable job of trying to top it. Obviously, they didn't, but yeah.
I don't think they looked worse. I think they did as good as. I think they did a good job. I think they did better than people expected after having to follow that.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
Ron Kidd died.
So I was thinking that, and I was actually going to ask you guys the same question: did the wrong kid died here? I was kind of expecting Jade to show up
Here. Okay.
Not interfere or nothing, just like whoever at the end of the show, which I thought would be Tiffany Stratton. Because Jade's gonna get a big pop, I think. She'd come out and just say, "I'm here, bitches," but that obviously didn't happen. So Becky won, and then I'm like, "Oh, are they gonna make her like a badass heel?" And it's all like, and again, it happened again, where it's all like, 1, 2, 3, Becky wins. Good night, everyone. See you later. Bye. Like, you didn't breathe it in. You just rushed it. I was just like, oh, okay.
Well, I wanted to look at the roster and to see if there was anybody else on the roster currently that I would go, that's who Becky should drop it to. And outside of literally Jade coming in, I don't see. I mean,
well,
maybe
actually,
Cora or Roxanne.
Well, Becky's facing Tegan Knox tomorrow night on Raw.
Right.
Maybe Jade shows up there where more people see it.
I mean, I'm not against that, but I feel like that. So let's talk about this. Did we announce? Did we?
No. It's in news and rumor. It's a perfect transition. It's one of the 4 things I have. It's gonna be a short show, guys, because there's not much to talk about.
Right.
Jade Cargill officially signs with WWE. I think that happened on Monday. WWE released a statement.
So I want to point this out. Jade is probably one of the, I don't want to say one of the biggest signings that WWE has ever done, but it's one of the most interesting ones because this is really the first time that somebody from AEW that was a homegrown AEW person got signed to WWE. And the reason why I make it a point of that is to then say this. It was kind of rumored that she was signing with WWE. We didn't really get all that much of confirmation until literally WWE said they signed her.
Yeah. WWE announced it.
Weird and shocking because that means
They normally
all these
don't do that.
fellow journalists that we are didn't hear anything about it in terms of, oh yeah, it's a done deal that Jade is signed with WWE. They'll announce it sooner rather than later. No, the first person that we really truly got to hear from was WWE themselves, which I find fascinating.
About stuff like that. How Darby Allin and Christian is main event in Wrestle Dream tonight. Because legally, it'll be the next day after Edge's contract is fully expired. There's no issue.
If he doesn't have
is it?
Loss.
Legally, like, yeah, like, if they're main eventing and Edge is like, legally, this is the time in the Witch of the World that this event happens. Like,
but it's in Seattle, so it's 3 hours ahead.
Earlier. Well, it depends.
But does he have a non-compete?
Yeah. Well, if his contract's just over, no.
Yeah,
because he's not being fired.
True.
That's when.
True.
Yeah. When his contract's over, it's
yep.
it.
No, that's right. Yep.
Number 2, contracts usually go 1201 of where the companies are located. AEW is technically incorporated in Florida. So they're on the East Coast, which means 1201 would be still on
1201 Eastern.
Yeah. So if it was that close.
Unless it's 1201 on the 1st. Which today, so it's already passed. You know what I'm saying?
It's possible, yeah. That's also the truth.
So, but if he shows up, he shows up. Great. If he doesn't, oh well. Like it's.
Well, we kind of.
Here's the thing.
I want to point out that we just changed over to Edge while talking about Jade.
Yeah. Well, I hate to. As I said, I'm trying to be more open minded with AEW. Mm-hmm. Will Edge coming in actually move the needle?
What do you mean by that?
Higher ratings, more buy rates.
They need a big legend that would definitely. I hate to say this, but they need somebody to replace CM Punk, and I can't think of a better name that's currently a free agent than Edge.
Did CM Punk sell more pay-per-views and draw more ratings?
I believe so. Yes.
Look at Collision.
Collision exists because CM Punk existed in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, but look at
that
the
says everything you need to know.
But look at the ratings of Collision. Aren't they hitting all-time lows now?
Probably.
Well,
I don't know.
I will play devil's advocate. I will play devil's advocate.
Who the fuck are you?
College football is now starting, and they draw huge ratings. And they're not only on ABC; they're now on NBC. They're now still on ESPN. So there's.
I hate that excuse now. Like I hate that excuse Monday nights. Like.
Well, Raw's rating dropped since Monday Night Football started, so it's not. You can hate the excuse, but it's true. And then now you're gonna have the World's Playoff Baseball's coming. So
Fat Man's. The point of this is Fat Man's not watching any of this.
I'm not watching shit for the next month.
Yeah. This is what normally happens for like the next 2 months. Fat Man becomes like sleazy in the fact that he doesn't watch the product.
He, for the first time, he's not wrong. I literally.
We should just keep doing Reddit episodes.
Well, I watched the big shows, and I may drop in with the. It depends on what the Monday Night Football matchup is. Like this week, it's Seattle versus the Giants. I ain't watching that. I'm watching Raw.
At the Giants or at Seattle?
At the Giants. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay. It doesn't matter where it's at.
I only know because I only want to know because that's when I don't want to go anywhere near that place. So,
yeah. I mean, the Jets game's on right now at MetLife. Okay. So, but
well, I'm taping this here, so I'm not going up there now.
But I'm just saying.
New York's underwater anyway, so.
Right.
I guess my point out of all of this is that I believe Edge would be a good signing for them. I don't believe the problem I have with the signing isn't the fact that they're signing Edge. I don't know what they would do with him.
And that's kind of my. Well, it wasn't really my point. I was saying, will he bring in new viewers? I think they'll get a bump, and then he'll go back down. I mean, that's what I think.
I do want to point.
But I'm not saying you're not going to get great matches out of him. I'm not saying that he still has stuff in the tank, and you're going to get Edge and Christian coming in. It's going to be great for us as fans to see it. But
does Edge replace Cody?
But
like on the TV side of things.
Maybe.
Now that's interesting. Maybe.
But I wouldn't be against that.
I wouldn't either. But to get back to what I was saying is, I don't think he's gonna. It'd be great for us to see Edge and Christian reunion. Bubba, it'd be good matches, nostalgia.
Wow.
Sounds like a disease. But I don't think it would be that big of a impact business wise.
He was trying to not say impact.
Hold on. So let's get back to the original point and delve more into this. What did you think about the show?
NXT show?
Yeah.
First half was okay. Second half rolled.
I would give it a 7 out of 10 for exactly that. The first half was and the second half was fucking yes.
Okay. Now we can get back to the Jade thing. Because Jade...
We're so bullshitting.
Right?
It's awesome.
This is how it goes when you don't have much to talk about. We start elaborating too much.
So Jade absolutely should have showed up at the end of this, but it should have been to challenge Tiffany. As Tiffany is holding the belt back up. Because that would have been a career-defining moment for Tiffany. Beat Becky Lynch in an Extreme Rules match in a main event of an NXT pay-per-view. Or you know what I mean? That's how I thought it should have went. Outside of that, match was fucking great, which topped out that show. But Jade would have been the icing on the old. There would have been the time to do the old NXT. Here's the logo in the bottom corner, and you think it's on, and Jade's music hits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's one more question I was going to ask you. If Edge comes to AEW, is Edge coming in as Edge, or as Adam Copeland, or as what the hell?
Sexton Hardcastle.
Thank you. What the hell was his name on the Indies? I couldn't remember.
I would pop for Sexton Hardcastle.
I think he'll come in as.
I do have
Adam Copeland, unless he somehow got the name for. Well, obviously, if he comes in as Edge, he got the rights.
Oh yeah, of course.
But if he didn't, he'll come in as Adam Copeland. He'll come in as his real name. But
I mean, I think he'll come in as the Edgelord.
Edgelord. Edgerba.
Edgerbajan.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Edgerbajan. He was Mr. Edgerbajan in 2008, Mr. Edgerbajan 2009. He was not Mr. Edgerbajan in 2010 because of the coal mining strike, but he was Mr. Edgerbajan in 2011. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Edgerbajan.
Okay. That was terrible. Gives me your opportunity to bring up the scorecard. That was how terrible that is. Because I want to bring up something cool about the scorecard I noticed with doing the stats. So, Al Barrett won. It is the fourth.
Him.
It is the fourth NXT WWE scorecard in a row that Al has won. There's been main level roster WWE ones that have fluctuated back and forth, but since April of this year, the 4 NXT ones have been won straight by Al. He's lost the WWE title a couple times, but I thought it was cool to point out that's a 4-show NXT winning streak Al's got going right now.
That motherfucker is probably the worst I've ever done.
Make you happy though. I won Squared Circle, and I won 3 Count Tuesday scorecard.
Nice.
So it's okay.
Very nice. Here's what I wanted. The best part is I got a Chikara reference in, and Fat Man didn't even realize it.
I
know a magician shouldn't reveal
because I don't know Chikara references. Let you say Chikara.
I spent 5 minutes doing the bit, and then you just went on to the scorecard.
Because I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about. I thought you were having a stroke. Like people who watch Chikara, they just have strokes. I don't know.
Man, fuck you, man. So much hate on Chikara. I don't like it. Chikara was deadly.
Yeah, it killed they died. You're absolutely right. They are deadly.
Well, it was an NXT wrestler, or not an NXT, AEW wrestler now, Chuck Taylor.
So speaking of that,
I see. Just to spite you and call you a dickhead, just to go look up the. Come on, sleazy man.
It's Mr. Azerbaijan.
Yeah, Al. No, Al just making a comment.
Yeah, fuck you, Al. Fuck you. You have killed my. I have been second place to him more times than I care a cow. Motherfucker. No, Mr. Azerbaijan was, Chuck Taylor in a mask and Chikara. And that was the whole bit about it, was that he was Mr. Azerbaijan for 4 years, but one of the years he wasn't because there was no contest because of the coal mining strike. And that was his entire fucking intro, was that whole bullshit. So thanks for making me explain the entire fucking bit.
Oh, you're welcome.
your rating defending ROH World Champion, the king of the 2-star match, Eddie Kingston, has signed a 4-year contract to stay with AEW.
Good.
Sami Callihan is a free agent as of today. AEW. Moxley, according to not according to fuck Dave Meltzer. We haven't said that yet. But
fuck Dave Meltzer. You haven't said that.
Fuck it, Dave Meltzer.
Moxley wants it. Moxley wants him in AEW.
Of course.
Shocker! His
Switch
best
Blade
friend.
Conspiracy, baby.
Right.
Yeah.
CZW mainstays.
Last bit. SmackDown TV rights go to NBC Universal, and they're moving to USA Network.
Where the fuck is Raw going?
I think it's staying. I really do think it's staying.
Raw's going?
I don't think so. That would be fucking ridiculously dumb.
Unless they get a shit ton of money for it to move to somewhere else.
Which they're not, because they just tested with SmackDown.
So here's the thing.
They tested the waters on SmackDown on Fox. USA Network still wants WWE, but they don't want Raw. So they're going to ship Raw somewhere else. That's why they took SmackDown.
They're like to another network or to another company?
Here's my thinking on this, is that USA's have these rights for Raw, right? Mm-hmm. Fox got SmackDown, and Fox is like, I want you to make this the A show. And they kind of did. They were both great the last couple of years. But SmackDown was Roman. Better. Well, just better, and they had Roman. So, but I think SmackDown performed, even though it was still the number one show on Fox, I think if underperformed
Fox got fucked in the deal. It's not.
I was going to say they got it underperformed to their expectations, and Ryan put it in layman's terms, they got fucked. So they didn't want to renew the rights. USA was like, okay, Fox got the A show, Raw was the A show, we want the A show now, which is SmackDown. That's my thinking on it.
Okay, cool.
And remember we talked last week or 2 weeks ago?
USA is going to make more off the deal than what Fox was able to make off the same amount of money. That's why Fox overpaid for something, not thinking what it was, and then expecting it to be great for wrestling, great for the numbers, but just not for Fox. Which is
so you're going to
used to having Hell's Kitchen overperform in ratings,
Well, I forgot my train of thought. Never mind. But Amazon and Disney, right? And if say Disney gets it and they want it on broadcast, it can't be Monday nights, Monday Night Football, unless they move it to USA Monday nights during football season, which they won't, because that's why move it for 3 to 4 months out of the year. That doesn't make sense. They're gonna have to do it Tuesday night Raw. Sounds weird.
No, because NXT.
Who says NXT needs to go on Tuesday nights?
Because it says Tuesday Night Titans. Oh wait, that's nothing.
TNT.
Here's my thing about it, and this is me not knowing enough about the Monday Night Football deal. When is that up?
They just renewed.
And this is NBC that just renewed this.
No.
Who?
They all renewed it. Disney renewed the rights.
Okay, so NBC does.
I'm sorry to interrupt. There's a 7-year cycle. I think they renewed it last year. It's a 7-year cycle that it'll be CBS, NBC, Fox, and ABC are all in a cycle for 7 years to host a Super Bowl. So that means that the contract's at least for 7 years. And Raw will be... I'm going to look it up, though. But
What?
Raw... Yeah.
Who fucked this contract? Pretty much everyone, apparently. Here's my thing. If I know there's a lot of crossover appeal with football, wrestling. That's why XFL even exists.
And they're merging.
Yeah, with USFL.
USFL, yep.
Okay. See, I almost know sports. I sport now. But
You
no,
read letter good.
right?
I'm sorry. ABC, ESPN, and Disney's contract from the NFL runs through 2033.
10 years.
Jesus Christ. They want to lock that shit up.
$2.7 billion.
Actually, you know what's funny? If you look at it from a raw numbers standpoint,
Raw's more.
they paid more for SmackDown.
NBC's deal is... Hold on.
Because $2.7 billion for 10 years is less than the 1.4 they paid for 5.
NBC, they all run through 2033, so it's a 10-year contract. ABC 2.7 billion. YouTube TV and Google for NFL Sunday Ticket actually runs through 2029. This is the annual. I'm sorry, my apologize. This is the annual value.
Oh. Well, go fuck yourself then.
This is the annual
$30 billion for fucking football. Get the fuck out of here.
$2 billion. NFL Network's $1.3 billion, which makes no sense because the NFL owns it, so they're paying themselves. Fox
tax write-off.
Yeah.
It's a tax write-off. Yeah. Fox is $2.2 billion. CBS is $2.1 billion. NBC is $2 billion. Amazon is $1 billion.
And that's for Thursday Night Football only, right?
Yes.
Here's my question though, and I'm going to be really frank with you. How much crossover are we talking about where they're literally sitting here going, we can't put WWE Raw up against Monday Night Football?
Before the merger or after the merger?
Wait,
Post-merger.
are you?
Post-merger.
I'm not saying that they're doing it. They're moving Raw because of Monday Night Football. I'm just saying if Disney wants to, why counter program yourself? Because look at
But it's not
ESPN.
Disney, it's NBC.
No, I'm talking.
But it's a amalgamation. It's like a bunch of them.
No, I'm talking about if ABC Disney bought Raw, the rights for Raw.
Okay.
We're not talking about SmackDown.
Okay.
I'm just saying they'll be counter programming themselves because
That makes sense. Yes.
Because if you look, Monday nights, it's a ABC and ESPN both had Monday Night Football.
Morning.
Ryan, can you mute yourself?
I got him.
All right.
I got
Never
you.
mind. And then ESPN2 has the Manning cast. So
Right.
they're having the same program on, but with different versions of it.
I guess
So they're not counting. So the ratings, it doesn't matter because it's the same shit you're watching.
right.
So if ABC they're gonna want to move it if Disney buys it. If NBC, they're keeping it on Mondays, 100%.
Right, but here's my suggestion: is that they saw the impact it had on network TV. Would they move it to NBC proper?
If NBC, you mean SmackDown?
No, Raw.
If they bought the rights.
Yeah, if they renew the rights.
I can see it. I can see that happening.
I think that there's something to be said of having a network television program for wrestling. I think that it's done so much positive in terms of actual numbers, in terms of actual reach without, and here's the kind of weird situation is that I don't have access or didn't have access to SmackDown, period. Full stop. Because I am just far away from Philadelphia, which is our local network affiliate, that I can't get a good enough antenna to go get SmackDown, which is weird.
There's times I'm so happy I live in Canada with the TV deals that I have.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. I'd have to purchase YouTube TV literally to pay for to get Fox.
Isn't there cheaper options like Fubi or whatever it is? No,
they don't do network TV. They do other stuff.
I thought they did.
They do not. Nothing. The cheapest I found was $44.99. That had actual, real.
Does it Sling do network TV
with their network channels? Yes, but it's not all of them.
Got you.
So
because of the contracts they have
right.
with different stations. Yep, got you.
So
the deal is for $1.4 billion, which is a 40% increase. I know Sleazy was like, "Oh, they should have got 50." Increase is increase. But here's the thing, though, that they kind of threw this in and didn't really promote it. That they renewed WWE Network on Peacock also.
Oh, that was part of the deal?
Yep.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I'm fucking stuck with Peacock for another fucking 5 goddamn motherfucking years?
Yeah.
Just use a VPN for a Canadian address. Because Canada has the best versions at getting this shit for the network and stuff. You know this.
I mean,
he's not wrong. Deals, like, I get the real network. It's Dudley.
Fuck you.
But okay, so
fuck you, and fuck you.
Get the network through a TV provider because you don't have cable there.
Well, we can't get the network through a TV provider.
Can't.
It's only it's exclusively on Peacock in the U.S.
Yeah. Right. And the best part is Xfinity, which is owned by Comcast, which is all part of this
NBC Universal Comcast. Yeah. Comcast owns NBC Universal.
Right. So they were giving away Peacock, at least the non super duper premium version, the $9.99 version. You got the with ads version for free. Well, they took that away 2 months ago. So now you have to pay full price for Peacock. I'm like,
you want my Peacock login?
No. It's the fucking principle of the fucking thing. At this point, I can fucking pay for.
I pay $14.99 plus tax a month, and I fucking love having the network and what it gives me and pertains to me.
Okay, so ours is with ads, and it's $4.99 a month. So
mine's without ads, and it's $9.99.
Yeah, so it works itself out.
I like the no ads. I will pay extra for no ads.
There was something else that came up with the deal that was kind of interesting. It's not just SmackDown that they got. They also got WWE Network specials, or not?
Four network exclusive. So Saturday Night's Main Event, essentially.
Which was not. I don't think that was originally part of the contract, was it?
Yeah, it was. No, not the last contract, because they didn't have, because of Fox.
Right. Well, my point is that while it sounds great to say 400 million extra, you have to kind of add a little bit of that in there too. It's 400 million, but you're also getting more content too for that 400 million extra. So it wasn't just for SmackDown at that point. I guess that was my point out of that.
No, I get what you're saying, but if they just turn one of those Saturday night house shows into a TV event, it's not going to cost them that much more money.
No, not at all.
I mean, so
live from Madison Square Garden.
Oh, here's another thing. USA, for the last 11 years, Raw has been 3 hours since 2012. Do you see SmackDown going to 3 hours?
Absolutely not. I don't think so. I think they'll have an overrun, but I don't think they'll go to 3 hours.
I think they eventually will.
I don't think so.
Only because ad revenue.
I don't think so.
I think that's the only reason, and this isn't WWE asking USA. This is USA asking WWE, because guess how much more money it costs to produce one more hour worth of wrestling?
Not a lot. Yeah.
$0. If you're already there for a TV show, for a 2-hour TV show,
I can literally tell you that's wrong. But it's
going to
not
cost
that
you
much.
$50 more. I'm just saying, it's not going to cost you
$400 for the fucking goddamn ambulance if they're doing a show in New York.
If they're doing a show in New York.
Yes. So they'll never go to New York again? No, of course
Nope.
not.
Not for a TV show. That's 3 hours.
No, but legitimately,
But
it's basically nothing for them.
Yeah, it's basically nothing. So, yeah.
It's a pedantic moment because every once in a while I have to do it to you. Is it paper toss time?
It's paper toss time.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, baby.
Ryan, put yourself over.
Ryan Buckotch, Reddit, and Twitter.
Oh,
I'm still in Reddit overload from last week. There's a couple of good things from Reddit, but nothing I can remember. And I don't really want to spoil stuff from Reddit now, just because if we're going to do Reddit grab bags, sometimes there's sort of their perfect gems. Oh, that's a lie. Asians don't raisin.
Yes! Yes!
Black don't crack, Asians don't raisin. I popped so hard for that.
That was in response to, what were we talking about?
Asuka.
Asuka being 40
years old.
So Asuka is 40 some years old.
Young.
And
there's a 40. There's
young.
a 4. Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely 4 there.
She does not look that.
No,
Asians don't raisin.
She does not.
Older the wine, sweeter the juice.
God, yes.
That's how wine works, right?
Give me a moment. Okay.
That's how wine works, right?
Whereas a lot of other women age like milk. I'm at TWS Sleazy.
Tubby.
He's at Chubby.
I'm at Chubby. Well, I have a Chubby now. Thank you. I'm talking about Asuka.
TWS Fat Man.
And we are Sleazy Fat Man on X, Instagram, Threads, TikTok. Please go on over there and give us a like. Videos you can find on twitch.tv/SleazyFatMan, youtube.com/SleazyFatMan, premium videos on onlyfans.com/The Wrestling Show. You can find all sorts of content at thewrestlingshow.com, including articles, merch, including our brand new shirt, and a ton of other cool stuff. You can get this podcast every Saturday morning wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Podbean. Don't hesitate to rate us on your favorite pod platform and click that automatic download button, that beautiful little thing. It really does help us out. So with a thanks to Ryan, who managed to stay the entire show.
As I'm about to click leave and just wait for the Facebook message chat to open.
Right? And as always, for Sleazy.
For the Fat Man.
This is The Wrestling Show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
Fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck Tony Khan and his co-cabot, alleged and alleged co-cabot, alleged and alleged. A hot dog is on a sandwich, a sub is on a sandwich, a burger is a sandwich. We'll be covering Wrestle Dream next week, and Sleazy will not be alone in his room next week.
Onlyfans.com/The Wrestling Show.
Hell yeah.
that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun.